Hello, welcome back to another live stream. Today we are playing Lord of the Rings again. I see some people already really hyped in the chat. We've got Astari, how you doing? Beast Snow, how's it going? Yeah, so we're playing Lord of the Rings. It's been nice. I love this game. This is such a fantastic game. We are playing new scenarios. So the last couple hyped, yes sir. Yeah, so the last couple of times that we've been playing, I've been playing scenarios from the core box, which I have played before, and now we are diving into some new content. So we are diving into the Dark of Mirkwood expansion, which comes with two different scenarios. We have the Oath and the other one. The Oath in the Caves of Nibin Doom. Because of Doom. And so these are expansions, or these are scenarios that I believe, and probably Astari can correct me on this if I am incorrect, that came in the limited edition 2-player set, and then they repackaged them for the Dark of Mirkwood experience. And so the Dark of Mirkwood is, I think, the newest content. Outside of maybe the starter decks. Correct. Awesome. Cool. Okay, I did my homework. So they repackaged it, and we are continuing on. We are playing campaign style, and so what that means is that we've got some boons, we've got some burdens, we've got some things that we have to take care of, but it also kind of limits our hero choices or punishes us for changing them. And it's meant to be played as a 1 through 5, I guess. Yeah, 3 and 5. So we finished up the escape from Dol Guldur, which was right here inside of the Mirkwood forest, and now we are moving on to the Oath. So let's dive into it. Let's talk about the deck, because I always like to kind of talk about the deck, because so much of Lord of the Rings is tailoring your deck to the specific scenario. And so let's see how we are going to take this on. And I want to point out that I think that this deck, you wish you knew about this game when the limited collector's edition was available. I believe Astari has a unopened pack. I'm not sure if it's still unopened, but I know that Astari used to have has a pack, so he's one of the lucky ones. Where was I? Oh yeah, so do you also play Arkham Horror? Hey Fodder, how's it going? Yes, I do. I normally play I have a night a week where I play each one of the LCGs. So I play Marvel, Lord of the Rings, and Arkham. That is typical. Now we are in summer, which things are a little bit chaotic in my life right now, in a good way, all in a good way, where I have cut that down. So I'm only streaming 2 nights a week right now. And so I did Arkham Horror the first half of the summer with Marvel Champions, and now I'm doing Marvel Champions with Lord of the Rings. And so my guess is that probably about midway through August, we will ramp back up to three nights a week, which will include Arkham Horror again. So I got the Carcosa. I got the new release of Carcosa, and so that's the content we are diving into next. If our next big adventure, we may find a time or something to do maybe one of those standalone scenarios at some point, but that's kind of the plan. Let me recommend Dark Matter for Arkham Horror. It is so freaking good. Fan made. Ooh, it's a fan made cycle. Sweet. Okay, I'll have to check that out. Beast Note, fall is when the magic happens. We'll get to see all 3. That is true. Also, big things coming that I can't really talk about yet, but there's also some other exciting things happening. So we'll just continue to allude and push off until I do find that I can talk about it. Anyways, so let's talk about the deck. So what I was saying is that this deck is not going to be modified between these 2 scenarios. So I think I have constructed a deck that can reliably beat both of these scenarios just straight through. And so the plan is to play both of the scenarios. If we get run over by the Oath 6 times, then maybe we'll have to reevaluate, but the plan is to get through both of these scenarios. I say get through like it's a bad thing. The plan is to play both of these scenarios. So yeah. Sponsors, you're quitting your job and streaming every day. Do you know how awesome that would be? You know how awesome that'd be. That'd be so cool. But yeah, you are more than welcome to sponsor me at any point. Peace, no. Alrighty, so let's look at the heroes. So our first hero is Glorifendel, who is a spirit Glorifendel. He is the 5 threat, 3315, and then yeah, that is the dream, isn't it? That is the dream. He increases our threat by 1 whenever we exhaust him to commit to a quest. We do have the Light of Valinor attachment that is in our deck that makes that we can attach to Glorifendel, and then we no longer need to exhaust him to commit him to the quest. So that's what these are. We also have Asfaleth. We have 2 copies of Asfaleth in our deck. If your sponsors can provide 0 money and terrible gameplay, I'm your guy. Let's go it. Hey, how's it going? Kicker TV, how's it going? Welcome. As Fallows, we're running 2x of these. In our previous deck we were only running 1, but we now have Glorifendel for the entire time, and so if we draw into it, that's really going to help us push through. And then also we have the Boon Valor that is attached to Glorifendel. He is starting out with that's a permanent attachment, which says that after the hero is declared as an attacker, we can exhaust Valor and deal 1 damage to the creature that they are attacking, or to the defending enemy. Yeah, so that is Glorifendel and all of his attachments. We have next up on the plate, we have Elrond. Elrond is been the MVP for this campaign playthrough. Elrond is a 13 threat hero, 3234. He says that we can spend any of his resources. You can spend any of his resources to pay for allies, and then after a character is healed by another card effect, heal 1 damage on it, so we can heal some more, which is very, very beneficial in campaign mode. This game is so hard without an enjoyable rule card. Oh man, yeah, I don't know where I put them, but they put a rule card in this pack, which I thought was really good. I thought that the rule card that came in the Dark of Mirkwood pack was fairly good. But then also, if you're a member of the Discord, which if you're not, I invite you to join. We have a lot of fun over there. In the rules section, or the how does this work section on the Discord for Lord of the Rings, I have pinned a really solid rules reference that Astari showed me, and that has changed the way that I've been able to understand and play through this game, so I highly recommend checking that out. The rule card in the Mirkwood pack was a game changer for you. Awesome. That's great. Let's see if I can find it. Aha! There it is. Yep. Okay. So this is what the rules looks like. So it goes through each of the different phases, and then they have kind of what you can do and what each one of those phases does for you. And so this is really solid. The rules reference that Astari showed me, and that is pinned in the Discord, also shows your action windows, which when you can understand your action windows is when you can really start to manipulate some of the interactions that the cards have, and just the game gets insane. Elrond is running with Vilya. No surprise there. Elrond gets Vilya, which gives him a spirit resource. It also says that we can exhaust Vilya and Elrond to play the top card of our deck or put it into play at no cost. So super solid. We're running 3x of that. We want to draw that into our opening hand. However, instead of as opposed to Dol Guldur, it is not critical that we have this in our opening hand. It is nice to have it. It definitely probably means we will be keeping that initial hand, but it's not a hard mulligan for Vilya in this situation. And then our last hero coming up is Leadership Aragorn. So it's actually the exact same lineup that we are running with, or that we ran through Dol Guldur with, and so we get to see how they function together when one of them is not just captured the entire game, and so that's going to be kind of exciting. Aragorn is a substitute hero for us. We were running Eowyn, and we switched out Aragorn, so his starting threat is actually 13 instead of 12 per the campaign rules. So Aragorn is coming in, and his kit that we're looking at is we have Appointed by Fate on Aragorn. So he collects one additional resource each round, which is one of the main reasons that we kept him in there, because Appointed by Fate is very, very solid. We've got, I don't know why I have Steward. Actually Steward does go on Aragorn in this situation, and I'll go over why here in a second. But yeah, so Steward is actually going to go on Aragorn instead of Elrond in these scenarios. We've also got Sword That Was Broken, which the attached hero gains a leadership resource icon, which does not matter because our Aragorn is already leadership. But if the attached hero is Aragorn, each character you control gets +1 willpower. And so that makes it such a heavy questing team. We're going to flood the field with allies and then just push through as fast as we can. The last one is the Slederian Stone, Celebrian Stone. I need to read up on my Lord of the Rings pronunciation. But attached hero gets +2 willpower, and then if it's Aragorn, he also gains the spirit resource icon. And so that allows all of our heroes to be playing out of the spirit pools, and so our deck does lean heavily towards that spirit. You talked about this card. What is the enjoyable mode? And Astari. Ooh. Where's my mouse? There we go. Okay, I need to scroll up because I've missed some chats. Exhausting your character to do something is the most opportune time in the right action window. Can save you some bad treacheries I have come to realize late. Yes, very true. And awesome hero lineup. Thanks. Yeah, I'm excited. I think it's a really solid hero. Let's take a look at the rest of the deck. We have Gleowine here because they're out of order. And so, whoops, sorry about that. We got Unexpected Courage, which the first one's going to go on Elrond, and then the next one is going to go on a hero of my choosing, depending on how the game is going. We've got Galadriel's Greeting and Elrond's Counsel to help with some threat. And so we are starting at 31 threat, and we do have some pretty nasty enemies in both of these scenarios that engage us. So we do want to try and mitigate that threat as much as we possibly can. We've got our cancels, so Hasty Stroke, A Test of Will, and then Dwarven Tomb to kind of get those cards back. Dwarven Tomb, I think, is a wild card. Of those, it can also go in and grab like a Galadriel's Greeting if we are having a lot of issues with bringing our threat down. Football, Nelson streaming all 3 LCGs and sub 100 temps. Bring on the fall. Nice. We have the Snowborn Scout to help clear some nasty locations. So whenever the Snowborn Scout enters play, we get to place a progress token on a location. And there are some locations that have some pretty nasty travel effects. And so if we can clear them out of the staging area before we need to travel to them, that's really solid. We've got Arwen. We've got our healer. We've got... I thought I had 2 of these, but apparently we only have 1. We have Miner the Iron Hills. We got some nasty condition cards, so threw a copy of that of Miner in there just to toss some of those some of those condition cards. We've got Master of the Forge to hunt for some of our attachments. We've got Faramir to boost our questing power. We've got 2x Northern Trackers. We've got Stargazer to pair with Villia. Himmamoth to see what we need to be doing when we're questing. We have Gildor, which allows us to... he is in here mainly so that we can get him on the table, and then if we have some expensive cards in our hand that we want to put into play with Villia, we can use Gildor to swap those cards out of our hand onto the top of our deck and then trigger Villia. He's also just a really solid hero all around. He's a 3/2/3/3, and very rarely are we going to be playing him. He is going to be put into play via Villia, so his 5 cost doesn't really be a hindrance. We've got our sneak attack Gandalfs. We're just running 3 of the core Gandalfs at this point, and then we've got 2x word of commands to go grab whatever we don't have and what we need. That's the deck. It's slightly modified from our last deck. It's not the exact same, and it's been slightly modified, but overall I was kind of surprised with how little I changed the deck for these from Dol Guldur. Also, I do want to point out that I already found a mistake. So Abandoned by Fate does not have this setup keyword, which means that it goes in our deck, but it does not start attached to a hero. And so we'll go ahead and play through the caves, and then if we have time, we'll go back and replay through the Oath just to make sure that we have a clean game. But Appointed by Fate is we're just gonna play through the Oath again, because that may affect the boon or the burden card. So we'll run through the Oath again. Not gonna be too long. Sorry if it's affecting and you get more Lord of the Rings than you were expecting. But that is I noticed that. But playing a rule totally wrong is part of the game. Yeah, right. If you don't play totally wrong a couple of times, then you're not doing it right. You're absolutely not doing it right. And playing a perfect game means that you did not catch the rule that you missed. I feel like that's probably the better way of saying that. But I like the Oath, so we'll just play it again. Why not, right? Let's just have some fun. I already started shuffling these, so we have to go through and get them all, but I do want to make sure that we are playing clean. Favorite LCG of the big three, that's Marvel Champions for me. I adore each and every one of them for different reasons and different, they all make me excited in different ways, and I love everyone. And so saying that I have a favorite, I don't want that to sound like I am degrading the other three, but Marvel Champions is the one that I got into the LCG world with. And so played my first game of Marvel Champions last March, and ever since then I've collected almost everything out there. I have everything for Marvel, I have everything for Lord of the Rings, outside of a couple of the scenario packs that are kind of hard to find, and like minus promo stuff. I don't have any of the promos for Lord of the Rings. I am missing one promo for Marvel Champions, two promos. I'm missing the Green Goblin alt art for Normand, Risky Business, or whatever that scenario is called, and I'm missing Wrecking Crew alt art. I don't have any of the promos, but I don't remember what scenario packs I'm missing for Lord of the Rings. I have a giant spreadsheet somewhere, but I did recently obtain all the Nightmare stuff, and so I am playing through progression style. And so once we kind of finish that, or if we want to take a break, we'll start playing through some of the Nightmare stuff. And then for Arkham, I'm buying it as it comes out in the new release section. But they are all just incredible. They're all just incredible. What about you? What's your favorite LCG? Okay, so let's go ahead and just read through this again just to make sure that I'm not missing anything. So you're playing campaign mode. Each player chooses one adaptation boon and attaches to one of their heroes, which is the Fervor of Lore. And add Stalking Goblin. So Stalking Goblin, I think is still in there. I assume it's still in there. Yeah. And at the end of each round, place one resource counter here. Okay. Arkham Horror is your top. Alrighty. Marvel Champions a close second right now, though. Nice. What's your favorite cycle in Arkham Horror? Because I have only played through Edge of the Earth, Dunwich, and the Core. So I am very inexperienced when it comes to Arkham Horror. Okay. Set up search and counter deck for... This is not... I got my deck switched up. For Eves of Mirkwood. Add that to the staging area. And then we need the Goblin Horde. Or whatever it's called. The big goblins. I'm going to feel bad if this is way worse, the Goblin Troop, than the first scenario. It's just like it takes 2 hours and it's just a gruel. It's kind of like down the Anduin with where we flipped 2 hill trolls that early. That was brutal. That was so brutal. I loved going back to Arkham. I loved Dunwich. I thought Dunwich was awesome. I was not a huge fan of Edge of the Earth, but yeah, you hate to say because they're all just great and different. It's true, but they have such a unique vibe to them that there isn't one you dislike. Good. I'm excited. I've heard a lot of really excellent things about Carcosa, and so I'm excited to dive into that. Okay, so hopefully we have a similar hand as what we had last time. We'll read it, why not? The marauding goblins have raided a woodman village on the eaves of Mirkwood Forest. The goblins killed the guards and took many of the villagers captive. Those left behind beg you to rescue their loved ones. Search the encounter deck for 1 copy of Eves of Mirkwood and the goblin troops, and add it and take it out. Shuffling encounter deck. You swear an oath to the survivors that you will rescue their captured woodsmen and bring justice to the goblins who attacked them. Then you enter Mirkwood Forest to find their trail. Carcosa is the most played one. It's phenomenal. I also love Dream Eaters, even though it's a big change up. All right, back to Lord of the Rings. Alrighty, let's see what we got. We got Sneak Attack, which could be good, could be bad. We got a Test of Will. We got Appointed by Fate. I love seeing that in the opening hand. Snowborn Scout, Galadriels, and a Test of Will. This is not enough for me. Even though we do have Appointed by Fate, it's not enough for me to keep it. We don't have Villia. We don't have Tutor. We don't have anything, really. So we'll mulligan this. We'll use our 1 mulligan on this hand. So you enjoy Marvel Champions and Arkham. Do you play Lord of the Rings as well? So our 1 mulligan gets us 6 new cards, which could theoretically be the exact same 6, but hopefully it's not. We got Northern Tracker. We got Steward, which is already a step up. We got Villia. We got Elrond's Council, Snowborn, and another Elrond's Council. Love it. Beautiful. Someone is getting spoiled with the mediocre card draws, right? Yeah. So my trick, Istari, is to just build a phenomenal deck, and then you don't have mediocre card draws. It's perfect. You have all the release stuff for Lord of the Rings. I played it like 10 times, but I've been addicted to Marvel and Champions and have it shelved it for the time being. Nice, cool. Not cool, but yeah. Alrighty, so we will flip up into the Sword That Is Broken. Aragorn only gets 1 resource, which is very sad. Which does significantly slow down her ramp, which is kind of funny. We got Elrond's Council. We've got Villia, Steward, and Northern Tracker. Let's go ahead and toss these 2 for Villia on Elrond. And we will roll the dice to get a Gandalf. Okay, well, that's kind of interesting. Let's draw 3 cards. We got Galadriel's Greeting, Dwarven Tomb, and Master of the Forge. Alrighty. So, was not really expecting to have Gandalf out this early, but I'm not complaining. So, let's go ahead and let's throw 2 Elrond's Councils. So we lower our threat by 6, which did not reset our starting threat. So we'll dive back in when the new cycle releases for Lord of the Rings. All right, gotta run. We'll watch the VOD later. Good luck. Thanks for hanging out. See you around. So we start at 31, so lowering it by 6 is going to take us to 25. Cheers, fodder. So 25, we will quest. We'll give the quest points to Aragorn. So we'll quest for 4, 8 to 2. And we are showing 4. So we will go ahead and put 4 on after the raid. And we'll go ahead and travel to Eves of Mirkwood. We will ready. Gandalf goes and does Gandalf things. Increase. Draw. Money. Money, money. And so this actually does change. Maybe not. I was gonna say this actually may change the where Steward goes, but it actually may. I think it does still stay on Aragorn. So we'll spend 2 to throw Steward onto Aragorn. We'll exhaust it to give 2 money. We will spend 1 and 1 to play Master of the Forge, who we will exhaust to go look at. There's the Unexpected Courage, Light of Valinor, that's what we're looking for. Celebrian Stone is also really nice, but I think we'll take Light. That'll help us more. So that's Light, which is pretty sweet. We'll toss this resource to put Light of Valinor onto Glorifendel, meaning that he does not need to exhaust to commit to quest now. And because of that, we will just go ahead and roll the dice again with Elrond and Vilya, and we've got a Northern Tracker. Beautiful. Oh, I love that. I love like when you don't have like a Stargazer or something, so you don't really know what you're gonna get, and you just flip into something just phenomenal, like Northern Tracker, like one of the most expensive cards in the deck. Like, you gotta love it, right? Oh, beautiful. Okay, so let's go ahead and quest with Northern Tracker. So that's gonna be 1. That places a progress token here on the abandoned cave. We'll quest with Glorifendel, which will be 3, and then we will quest with Aragorn, which is going to be 2. So that takes us up to 6 to 2. We're going to flip. When revealed, each player returns 1 enemy engaged with them to the staging area. If no enemy was returned to the staging area this way, Surprising Speed gains Surge and Doom 1. So Doom 1 increases our threat, and Surge is into Mendor, which we get Mendor. Okay, cool. Let's go. Let's go. Okay, so we quested for 6. This reduces it by 2. 2 gets placed here, which clears, leaving us with 2 to go on to the main quest. Beautiful. Unexhaust everything. Raise our threat. Pass out money. And draw a card. Into Sneak Attack. Do we have a Gandalf? We don't have a Gandalf. Okay, I think we'd go ahead and spend 1 to put the Snowborn Scout into play. We'll place 1 progress token on the abandoned camp at that point. We'll just clear it with the Northern Tracker. We have another Northern Tracker in our hand as well, so that's nice. Let's go ahead and Master the Forge to see if we can grab an attachment. We got 3 allies. We got Steward, and we got Vilya. We'll take a second copy of Steward. We can't play it, but we can have it. Okay. So we will quest with Northern Tracker for 1. Which clears here. 2 for Mendor. Or 1 extra for Mendor. Got 1, 2, 3 for Glorifendel. And we'll go 2 for Aragorn. Well, Elrond and Vilya later. Yep. Okay, so we are questing for a cool 7. This is going to flip into the Forest Gate, which is 2, so 5. So we clear this. And then we're actually going to remember to trigger Mendor, everybody. It's going to be crazy. So after a quest card is defeated, ready Mendor. Then each player draws 1 card. We drew into a Stargazer. Beautiful. This clears... Let's see what's happening. The Goblin Trail leads you deeper into the Dark Forest of Mirkwood. The enemy has a significant lead, but the sign of their passing is easy to follow. You may yet overtake them if you press on. When revealed, each player searches the encounter deck and discard pile for a forest location and adds it to the staging area. Shuffle the encounter deck. So we've got, and we cannot defeat it until Goblin Trail is out there. So we'll throw Goblin Trail into the staging area. Yep. And we'll go ahead and during the combat phase, we will flip this up, which is a sneak attack, which I don't love seeing right now. It's actually pretty bad. Okay, so I'll move it to the bottom of the deck. Why not? Okay. So at the end of the round, we will stand everybody up, put some money on the quest card, increase our threat. We will pass out money. Aragorn's rich now. Draw into Himmamoth. I love drawing into Himmamoth. Okay, so let's go ahead and... Oh, I meant to travel to Forest Gate, which draws us 2 cards. Arwen and Gladreams. Okay. We'll master the Forge. Unexpected Courage. Asfaleth, that's what we're looking for. We'll take an Asfaleth into our hand. Beautiful. Beautiful. Alrighty, so we will spend 2 resources out of Elrond's pool, out of Aragorn's pool, to put Asfaleth attached to Glorifendel. We will spend... Yeah, we'll spend 2 resources out of Glorifendel to put Stargazer into play. We'll exhaust Stargazer to take a look at the top 5 cards of our deck, putting them back in order, in any order that we choose. We want to draw into Gandalf because we have a sneak attack in our hand. So we'll place that second. I want Sword That Was Broken first, and then Celebrian Stone will go there. So, cool. So let's go ahead and spend 2 off of Elrond to play... Did I not draw an Unexpected Courage? For some reason I thought I drew an Unexpected Courage. Oh, maybe I chose... That's valid. Okay, no, we'll just hold on to that then. We'll spend 1 off of Elrond to put Himmamoth, Chris Hemsworth into play. Check the top card. Oh, it's going to be a Surge and a Goblin, so we've got some killing to do. We will... Vilya will throw the sword onto Aragorn. And that'll be it for now. Let's go ahead and exhaust Asfaleth to throw 2 onto the Goblin Trail. That's coming out. That's going to be 1 plus something. We don't quite know what our next one's going to be. So we're showing 3, 4. Let's assume 2. So 6. That's 10. Okay, so let's drop our quest counter down and let's see what we got. Okay, so we got 3. No, we got 4 now because we had the sword. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Got Northern Tracker for 2, and then that puts a target here on the Goblin Trail. We will go ahead and quest with Aragorn for 3. We'll spend 1 resource to ready Aragorn, just in case we flip another enemy. And so let's call it there. We'll go 9. This will come out. Then we've also got Tangle Grove. X is the number of locations in the staging area, so this is now 2. Each player must discard 1 card at random from their hand to travel here. Okay, so we've got 3, 5, 6 to 9, so we'll place 3 here, which is the worst amount that we could have placed, but that's fine. This guy is gonna come engage us. I feel like I get less and less room every single stream. Maybe I'm just playing more and more cards. We'll defend with the scout, so it's going to be a 3 attack to a 1 defense. Shadow, deal 1 damage to a character I control. Dislike, but we'll deal 1 damage to the Northern Tracker. And then we'll swing back for 3, dealing 1 damage first to kill that. Snowborn Scout's gone. Deadzo. Okay, so we will ready. Place 1 money here. Increase our threat. Draw into Gandalf. We knew that was coming. Yeah. Let's pass out money. Okay. We will use Hamamoth to see what's coming. Oh no, it's going to be the Ungulus spawn, which we will just leave in that staging area for as long as we possibly can. Do not want to deal with that. Gross. So we'll clear Goblin Trail this turn with Northern Tracker and Asphaleth, so that'll be nice. So we don't have to worry about counting that threat in order to clean house. So we'll go ahead and Stargazer for a Celebrian Stone, Villia, Test of Asphaleth, and a Hasty Stroke. Okay, so we will draw into a Test of Will. Actually, I think I already have one. We'll draw into a Hasty Stroke. Yeah, we'll draw into a Hasty Stroke. Okay. So Villia Elrond to put the Celebrian Zone onto Aragorn. So now Aragorn has all the resource, or all the spheres. So Asphaleth will place 2 onto here, and we'll just dive right into the questing phase. So we're going to be showing 3, 4. So that's 4, and then we need 6. Wait, we need 6 here. So that's 7. So if we can quest for 11, we will be good, right? So 4 brings it down to 11, brings it down to 7. 1 goes here, 6 goes here. This place is 6. So yeah, if we can quest, yeah, so that actually should be pretty easy, right? 11. Take our quest points all the way down. We're gonna quest for 2 with Northern Tracker, 1, 2, which clears this and places 6 progress on the current quest. So 2, 4, 6. That leaves play. This one also gets 1, so we're at 2. We're going to probably be completing a quest card, so we'll go ahead and Mindor for 2. We'll Glorifendel for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We will Aragorn for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that puts us at 13, which is enough for us. So we'll go ahead and spend 1 to ready Aragorn. This one comes out, so we're showing 4. That takes us down to 9, 8. So we push. So this completes. The rear guard. When revealed, the first player adds the set-aside goblin troop to the staging area. Each other player searches the encounter deck and discard pile for a goblin enemy and adds it to the staging area. Shuffle the encounter deck. The goblins are aware of your pursuit and forward a rear guard to confront you while the others retreat to their secret hideaway. You must defeat this troop before you can continue the chase. Okay, so goblin troops coming in. We did clean this, so that, and we get to draw a card, which is a hasty stroke. Okay. Okay, so we will optionally engage the goblin troop. The goblin troop will attack. We will defend. So it cannot have attachments. While a goblin troop is engaged with you, each other goblin enemy engaged with you gets +1 attack and +1 defense. So nasty stuff there. He's attacking for 5, which I dislike. So we will... we'll Master the Forge here. So 5... The attack is undefeated. Discard an ally I control. It is not undefeated, but Master the Forge has done what it needs to do. And then we will swing back for 3, dealing 1 damage with Valor. 4, 7. So it has 3 defense, so we put 4 damage on it. So just like that. Okay. So we will unexhaust everything. Play some money, increase threat, draw a card, just Villia. Should have done that slightly different, but that's fine. Pass out money. Hey Autumn, thanks for the follow, I appreciate it. Welcome to the stream. Happy to have you. Alrighty, okay, so let's Stargazer. I don't think that this really matters. We have an Asvalith, a Test of Will, an Unexpected Courage, a Snowborn Scout, and a Word of Command. We'll throw Unexpected Courage. We'll draw into a Word of Command, but I don't think that there will be another round of this game. We do still have more coming up. So we will Villia, Elrond, Unexpected Courage, and we will go ahead and ready Elrond. We will check with Hemamoth to see what the card is. Oh, it's going to be a Stalking Goblin. So after he engages us, then we have to do bad things, but we just won't let him engage us. So we are going to see... We're going to just, as Falith, clear this guy. So we're going to be seeing 3, 5. So we need to quest for 11, which will be super easy because check this out. We will go ahead and just spend 1, 2... Spend these 5 resources for Gandalf. We'll kill this guy. Kill the goblin troop. And then we can quest to our heart's content, but just to be safe, we'll throw an Arwen out there. And we'll spend these resources here for another Northern Tracker. Just for fun, why not? Let's do our... We got 2, 4... 5, 13, 15. This is 5. We need to quest for 11, so there you go. Boom. Okay, a clean game. That makes me feel a little bit better. Thanks for indulging me. I'm sorry that we did that twice, but when I saw that was not a setup, I was like, man, we need to... I know people watch these to learn rules sometimes, and so I always want to try and play as clean as possible. So there you go. Okay, perfect. That was the oath. Let's dive into the caves now that we actually have gotten that one under our belt. I am going to go to the be right back screen. I'm going to go grab a drink and clean up a little bit. I will see you all just in a few short minutes. Peace.